Hey guys, Griffin here at GriffRant. Today's vlog is a little bit more serious just because there's a lot of things going on right now. Not actually very few things personally with me, but there's just a lot going on in America right now, a lot of first world problems. And one that's not actually America, I think. I'll have to check up on it. Anyway, so the first problem that I want to talk about is SOPA, which is the Stop Online Piracy Act, which is being pushed through Congress or I think one of the bills. There's two bills. There's SOPA and there's PIPA. One of them, I believe, is going through Congress. The other one through the Senate. Don't know exactly on that one, but pretty confident that's the case. So basically, there's SOPA. You probably could not see anything there. That was a very dark hallway. Wow. Let me go over here. So there's SOPA, which is the Stop Online Piracy Act, which just like PIPA, which is the something Protect IP Act, I think. Both of which have very good intentions, which is to protect our nation's computers and internet and just make sure that everything is a lot safer and just kind of end piracy altogether. But the problem is that the way they're doing it, it's granting the government unprecedented power and will allow them to basically, to put it simply, to control the internet. There is a lot of research you can do on this to look it up. I didn't do a whole lot of research. I just know that it's a major problem. And actually, I didn't realize how big of an issue it was until I saw that Wikipedia was protesting it today with their blackout, and then I saw the other sites. For example, Minecraft is protesting, Google's protesting. There's another one I saw on there that I knew and said, "Oh, that's very cool." XKCD is protesting. So just all these very cool companies are saying, "Yeah, if you prevent piracy the way you want to, then we will not have business. We could be very easily screwed in the future." That's the problem, is that it gives them the right to remove videos or things without people noticing. It gives them some sort of, like, allows them to cut off advertising, so that way things that can only survive off of advertising just die. It can block certain web addresses which can still be accessed through typing in the IP, which is unfortunate because that means that it would still be accessible to hackers, but to those of us who can't hack, we can't access those sites, and those sites will die. So just, there's a bunch of issues with it, and it's great that we want to end piracy and all. I'm all for ending piracy. I mean, I can see why in some aspects it's good because it allows people to get things who don't have the money for it, but honestly, just get the money. If you don't have the money, you probably shouldn't have it. But for those, it's just, I kind of lost my thought there. But I'm great with stopping piracy. There we go. I am great with stopping piracy, but not this way. Not the way they want to do it. If we ever try and stop piracy, this should not be the route we go. Because it's kind of one of those issues like the whole freedom security issue we have in America with, like, TSA screening and all those different kinds of things. And this is crossing the line quite far. If there's a line that should be crossed between where freedom and security should be, this is bounding over the line. This is like one of those long jumpers jumping as far as they can and starting at a line and just going as far as they can and hitting the ground. And if we say that's where they've crossed over to, they've crossed over really far. The other thing, it's actually, I think this was, I don't remember exactly where, but I saw this video and it was just tragic. There's this kid, I think he's like 7 years old, maybe 9, maybe 10, somewhere in that age, and he gets beat up every single day on the way to school. And it was this video that was just recently posted. I don't remember all the details. I will definitely post a link to it in the video description. But I saw that and I was like, okay, how can that happen? Why is he even being jumped? And second of all, why isn't anyone doing anything to stop it? And supposedly there is an online petition you can go sign up onto. I have not done that one yet. I have signed up on the anti-SOPA thing, but I haven't had the time to sign up on this other one yet. I will probably do so very soon. But seriously, it's this kid who's just being jumped and then beaten up by these, I think it's like 7 other kids. And it's depressing. I mean, I can only watch 2 minutes of it, maybe. I think that's because I started at like a minute in just so I could actually see what was happening. But I couldn't watch much of it until I just had to say, I can't watch this, because it was just depressing. I can watch violence, but not that kind of mindless, stupid violence. It made no sense. So I would strongly, strongly, strongly recommend you go check both of those out. My arm is starting to get tired, which tells me I'm about at my limit. I'm not going to bother looking in reflection. I'm just going to hope I'm right around at that time. Um, so please, 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 please go sign on those petitions. And if you really are really adamant about the whole SOPA thing, go call your congressman, call your senator, whoever you feel like you need to call, and just leave them a message saying this should not happen. The more people that do it, the better. I know I'm not the only one advocating for it, so we just got to do it. The more people that say this is a problem, the more they'll hear the voice of the people. And technically, the way they're doing it, they're going to bridge our First Amendment rights, in that freedom of speech will basically be canceled out with censorship. Oh, there's a pretty clock. I should walk this way because I don't know if that's trademarked or not. I'm going to run away. Whee! It's dark over here, but that's okay. I can just be in this dimly lit room, and I got to keep talking like this because it's a little loud and you can't really hear what's over there, so I'm just going to keep talking like this, blah, blah, blah. I don't want to do... Well, actually, technically, if this act doesn't pass, then I don't have to care, or I will have to care to some extent, but I don't have to absurdly care about the fact that there are chimes going off in the background. Anyway, so ignoring that clock in the background, for user participation, there we go, it's all over. For user participation, go ahead and tell me what bugs you the most about either the SOPA thing or the kid being beaten up. And feel free to just say, I signed up, I marked myself down on that petition, I'm so glad that these petitions exist, I'm sad that these things have even seen the light of day. And I think that's really it. With all that said, that's the end. Later, guys.